I'm Carrie Springer, Senior Curatorial Assistant at the Whitney Museum. One of the interesting and important aspects of this exhibition, Heat Waves in a Swamp, the Paintings of Charles Burchfield, is that it's curated by a contemporary artist, Robert Gober. And Gober shows us not just Burchfield's work, but by including a number of quotes, journals, doodles, scrapbooks, and other ephemera, he's given us a window into some of Burchfield's material and thought processes. As a virtual walk through the exhibition, we'll be following along on a tour of the show that I participated in with Robert Gober, the exhibition curator, and with Cindy Burlingham, curator from the Hammer Museum, where the show originated. Here's Cindy.
We start with this group of small, rather discreet drawings in the first room. And it's a series of drawings that Burchfield made in 1917, and he entitled them Conventions for Abstract Thoughts. He doesn't mean abstract in the terms of non-figurative art. He means abstract in that they're sort of abstracting emotions or moods or feelings, generally of the negative kind. He has dark brooding, imbecility, there's fear 1, fear 2, and you'll see that he used these drawings as his sort of personal iconography to connote these kinds of feelings in his paintings. So they're small, but they're particularly important for some of the things you'll see in the rest of the exhibition.
The second gallery is a recreation, to the best of our ability, of an exhibition of Burchfield's work at the Museum of Modern Art. The show was in 1930, just a year after MoMA opened, and it featured watercolors from the artist's early years, 1916 to 1918. Burchfield created hundreds of watercolors in these years, often portraying the same subject matter from different vantage points. This time in his career is often called the golden year. He was very prolific, working by day in a metal manufacturing company, and at nights and on the weekends on his painting. Here's Robert Gober.
Burchfield was a plein air painter, to put it mildly. He loved to set out with his watercolors and his easel and immerse himself alone in nature. He loved the mosquitoes, the rain, the change of seasons, a lot of things that a lot of us don't like about being out in nature, Burchfield really thrived on.
To recreate the show, Gober worked from black and white reproductions and an exhibition checklist that was in the original MoMA exhibition catalog. We've included that in a vitrine, along with a scrapbook that Burchfield and his wife Bertha kept of exhibition reviews. The show at MoMA included 27 paintings, and over half of those are here. The rest are close substitutions. Throughout his life, Burchfield also saved letters and notes and doodles of all kinds, as well as over 10,000 handwritten pages of journals, which he kept from the age of 16 until his death. There is so much about the artist's life in the journals, descriptions of external events and things that he saw that impressed him, and his feelings and imaginings. Of the insect chorus, he wrote, "It is late Sunday afternoon in August. The child stands alone in the garden, listening to the metallic sounds of insects. They are all his world, so to his mind all things become saturated with their presence. Crickets lurk in the depths of the grass, the shadows of the trees conceal fantastic creatures, and the boy looks with fear at the black interior of the arbor, not knowing what terrible thing might be there." And you can actually see the metallic sounds, for instance, in the jagged lines reverberating above the bushes and in the repetition of lines above the trees and the grass. Burchfield was interested in making sound visible. The sound of insects in the grass, of the wind, of church bells ringing in the distance, or what used to be the hum of telephone wires. He depicted sounds that are part of the experience of nature or his environment. And in Church Bells Ringing, Rainy Winter Night, you can also see some of the forms in his conventions for abstract thoughts. The shapes in the center of the steeple are much like fear and aimless brooding, and a form on the side is very similar to the shape he titled Fascination with Evil. The conventions are not meant as literal translations, but were a kind of lexicon that Burchfield used, particularly in his early and late works.